Hello, Sarah Divinely You here. Thank you guys so much for the feedback yesterday. I'm glad that you are loving these videos. I'm kind of having fun creating them, especially because I don't exactly have a space right now because I just bought a new piece of furniture, and I'm getting ready for a sale this weekend. So as all that's happening, things are chaos. so so my home is just a little bit chaos right now, but that's okay because it's all for the greater good. I really wanted to kind of spin things up. I know I've been talking about a lot of darker like emotions, but I really wanted to talk about today why this is like sort of like the good that's going on in the world. So if you follow my Instagram, then you've probably seen me post a lot of reels from various sources talking about the revolutionary protests that are occurring in places like Brazil, Spain, even in China. And I know there's some going on in Arizona. And how much I am like, it makes my Aquarian heart so happy that this is happening, because while it may seem like chaos right now, there are lots of beautiful things happening. And this means that change is coming, right? And as we have Pluto finishing up in Capricorn, he's been in Capricorn since 2008. So he's been there it'll be 15 years by the time he leaves next year. We've got Saturn that's in Aquarius. Prior to that, Saturn would have been in Capricorn. And Saturn is at home in Capricorn and Aquarius. And so it's finishing up there in March as well. And then Mars, which is currently retrograde in Gemini, will finish up in Gemini in March as well. So lots of things happening, but not until March. However, because we have Pluto and Saturn, which are bigger energy planets, we're already starting to see the shift, right? As soon as they went direct, Pluto went direct the first weekend of October, and Saturn went direct the latter part of October. I think it was the last week of October, Saturn went direct. When they went direct is when I started to really see like a lot of revolutionary protests. And this just makes my Aquarius heart like so excited, because this is the necessary part. This is, we have to make a stand. And I know there's a lot of people that think that taking a stand means that you are too bold, you're too loud, you're too this, you're too that. The thing is that in order to create this magnitude of a change, because this is a big one, this is global, right? People have to get loud. Yesterday, I saw a woman who I follow. She's a business leader. I saw her do a video live on her Instagram of her cutting up her, I want to say it was Gucci, but I don't know fashion very well, because of her beliefs around what's going on with, I'm not even going to mention the name of the company, but you can do, you surely can do research on a company that's recently come out with some fairly harsh, icky, disgusting video, imagery of children. Okay. And so I don't want to go too far into that because I don't want this to become that, but it's taking that kind of a stand, right? It's the people who are standing up to fraudulent things, okay? I'm choosing my words carefully because of what platforms I'm on, but you can always DM me if you want details. But people who are standing up, and then I see comments like, oh my God, that person's crazy and they need to be right. No, I'm sorry. These are the people who need to, I'm not sorry. These are the people who need to stand up. People need to get loud. People need to get so upset and want to see things change that they get loud, that they make bold statements. And you can always make a bold statement and apologize and retract it later. Oh, I was wrong. I'm sorry, right? But if you never make the statement because you're afraid to rock the boat, or you're afraid to upset someone, or you're afraid that your friends are going to disown you or whatever, it's okay. You're going to go through that kind of shit when you take this type of a stand. And that is what this time period is all about. For the last few years, we have been in positions of making choices and making stands, and a lot of us have lost people, lost friends, whether it was from death or those friends simply stopped talking to us based on our choices. It is those stands and non-compliance that will actually create the revolution. And in my opinion, and my understanding of astrology and what's occurring, and that Pluto's going to move into Aquarius, Aquarius wants humanity to evolve. Aquarius is humanitarian. It's the 11th house, it's communities, it's groups, it's innovation, it's changes in technology, it's changes in how we interact with each other. It's all of these things. And while it seems very uncomfortable to have confrontational conversations with friends, loved ones, or it seems uncomfortable to see imagery of certain things, I ask you to see that imagery. This goes back to what I said yesterday about, like, the truth is available if you're open to receiving it. And sometimes it takes a confrontational conversation to get the truth revealed, or to find out what that person was actually feeling, or to communicate, because sometimes we feel something and we just, oh, I don't want to tell them that they hurt my feelings, or I don't want to upset the situation any further. But I guarantee you, and to my experience, that when I have a situation, and I'm a confrontational person, I've toned it down, but not really. Like, I've gotten less like explosive and like sort of uncontrolled about it. I'm now more conscientious of how I confront, but I actually confront more now because I'm a very direct communicator. It gets me in a lot of trouble with people because people think I'm rude or bitchy or whatever. And as far as I'm concerned, when you've lived in the world and you've traveled as I have as a blind person, you need to communicate. You need to be able to say what you need or what's necessary to get a situation done. So while this may be an uncomfortable time because you are not somebody who rocks the boat, I invite you to be a rebellious motherfucker. I invite you to be the rebellious one and speak. If something's making you angry, speak up about it. If something is making you uncomfortable, speak up about it. If something is troubling to you or exciting to you, like, this goes both ways. Like, these protests that I'm seeing worldwide are so exciting to me. They make my heart flutter. It does not make my heart flutter to see people hurting, but it does make my heart flutter to see people taking a stand and people not being afraid to put it on their social media, on their platforms, on their YouTube, that it's time to take a stand. And so this is the exciting part about all of this. I know it doesn't seem exciting right now because there's a lot of we just came out of very watery energy, which is very mental and emotional, and we are still in a lot of sort of sticky energy. But I also think that as we approach this full moon in Gemini conjunct Mars, which occurs next week, I believe it's the 8th, 7th, 8th, somewhere in there, depending on your time zone, that I feel like the suppression of our upset, our anger is going to pop. And I mean that in a positive way, right? I mean that in that we've been upset about something and we've stayed too quiet. I feel like that's what's going to pop. That's my thought on it. I'm also starting to see a lot coming down in my system for 2023, and I'm excited about that. So that's what I have for you today. I hope that was helpful. I love your feedback, so thank you so much for sending it. And from the tarot today, we have what was this? The Queen? This was the Queen of Pentacles upright. Got this yesterday. Oh, I hope I can get that without the glare. There we go. Sorry for the glare, but we got that Queen of Pentacles again. So tending to your garden. So tending to your garden means like expressing yourself fully and being okay with, like, if something upsets you, talk about it. If something, get loud, get vocal, but that's also like tending your emotional garden. We also got the King of Pentacles, the female version. This deck happens to have a male and female King of Pentacles. This one's the female one. Again, she's tending, she's leading, she's nurturing, growing, all of the things. And this really speaks to, it's interesting to me that in this deck, I have drawn the female King of Pentacles upright, and every time I have drawn recently the King of Pentacles, the masculine version, I have drawn it in reverse. So there is definitely some balance occurring between the masculine and feminine. And a lot of that has to do with nurturing, emotional intelligence, emotional management, and all of that. Measurement, like I talked about yesterday. And then we got the Knight of Cups. Charming romance, like feeling the feelings, right? Because I feel like, and what this really says to me is clarity, as in, as this stuff is all coming out, we're finding clarity, right? That's what I'm feeling as it's all coming through, even in my own personal life, that it's really bringing forth a lot of clarity. So thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Love you.